So if you like The Simpsons and Futurama, you're in for a treat. That's the best I could come up for an intro for this video. Hi, I'm Elfo. Hi. Hello YouTube, Ash here, and welcome to today's episode of Special Talks. On today's episode, I will be reviewing Disenchantment. So Disenchantment is a new animated series on Netflix created by Matt Groening, who of course created The Simpsons and Futurama. So will it be third time lucky for Groening, or will it be strike three and you're out? Let's get into it! So the plot of Disenchantment follows Princess Bean, no relation to Mr. Bean, who's not your typical princess. She's an alcoholic, she's rebellious, and, she's all in all a loose cannon. She meets Elfo, who's a naive, happy elf, and she's also joined by Lucy, short for Lucifer, who's a demon, and in fact her own personal demon. So these three misfits go on a series of adventure, causing chaos and destruction throughout the kingdom of Dreamland. So what did I like about the series? The main characters are really good and you really like them. They have great chemistry between them. Even in some of the slower episodes, you don't get bored of the main characters because they're so well written. And as the series goes along, we get more character development. Maybe not for Lucy, but for Bean and Elfo, we definitely get more character development and, you get to like them even more. Princess Bean is a very unique character. She's unlike any princess you've seen before. She's definitely not a Disney princess. And she's just a really funny character. She drinks, she flirts, she's very violent when she has to be, and all in all, she's really, really funny. Elfo is also hilarious. He's sort of like, as I said, naive, and he thinks everything is all happy, and anything that happens, oh, this is good, oh, this is nice, oh, so he's just, he's kind of weird, but weird funny. And Lucy is really funny. He's got that dark humor where he wants to see the world burn, but on his terms, or even though later on he does show that he's got a little bit of a heart, which is really cool. And I really like the animation in this series. It's Simpson style, however it's really polished. The kingdom of Dreamland looks beautiful. Every brick is really detailed, and there's a number of jokes in the background which you can blink and miss them, and it all makes to a beautiful drawn cartoon. And that's another thing I like, the background jokes in the kingdom of Dreamland. You can have a moment where the main characters are walking through the streets. Keep an eye out and you might see a strange street name or a strange bar, lots of jokes happening in the background, character interaction, which don't even have anything to do with the main plot, but they're hilarious, and sometimes they're even funnier than the proper jokes. And talking of the proper jokes, they are okay. Some of them hit, some of them miss. As to whether the series is funny, yeah, I enjoyed it. I chuckled near enough every episode. There were a couple of episodes where I actually laughed out loud, and yeah, it's funny. It's not amazingly funny, but it's funny. So that brings me to what I didn't like in the series. In a complete reversal of my last point, yeah, it isn't funny enough. Like, this is an animated comedy and you expect to be laughing much more than you do. I chuckled, but I didn't belly laugh out all the time. And most of my chuckling came from, as I mentioned, the background interaction more than the main jokes and main plot. So yeah, I was expecting it to be a bit more fun. Also, the series isn't as crude as some of the trailers and posters made it out to be. It's okay, some of the things are hinted, but it's not really massively crude, so you better know that when going into it. The series also starts out really slow. I would say the first 5 to 6 episodes are not as good as the later episodes, so if you're gonna judge this on the first episodes, you might be disappointed and you might turn it off, but don't. It gets much better, especially the last 3 episodes, which are really amazing. But yeah, it's kind of a slow starter. And I must point out that even The Simpsons and Futurama's first seasons were not as good as people remember. Since they came out a while ago, go watch them and you will see what I'm talking about. However, those two shows had potential in the first season, and this also has potential. Maybe not as much as those two series, however, it's definitely there, and I'm definitely intrigued to continue watching it. Also, here's a fun fact. Disenchantment is definitely set in the same universe as Futurama, because there's a blink and you'll miss it cameo by Frey, Bender and the Profs in episode 10, so look out for that. So in conclusion, I will give Disenchantment a 3 out of a 5. This series, which is in fact a parody of magical fantasy series, is quite good and it has real potential. The last 3 episodes are really amazing and I'm definitely looking forward to season 2, especially as it ends on a cliffhanger. The characters are really good and they really draw you into the series, and also the series itself is beautifully drawn, and I definitely recommend that you do not judge it on its first 5 episodes. If you can get past them, you might start to see the potential and really enjoy the show. Also, it's interesting to see the ending to Groening's trilogy. You know, he has the future with Futurama, the present with The Simpsons, and now he has the past with Disenchantment. So yeah, he's finally completed it. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you seen Disenchantment? What did you think? Do you think it's better than The Simpsons or Futurama? I don't think so, but let's talk about it in the comments below. So I've been Ash. If you want to follow me on social media, please do. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, so follow away. And if you want to see more of my videos, please click that subscribe button and tick the notification bell. I do 1 to 2 videos every week, and that's it for today. I will say bye bye.